We're once again in the land of the Bible, where the Bible does literally come to life. And we're in Chorazin, a national park. I'm with Jarius. And what's so important about this area and this park in particular?
Well, of course, the basic element in the importance is it is mentioned in the New Testament. So why is it mentioned in the New
Matthew,
Testament?
Mark, Luke, and John mentioned in all four of the Gospels.
And that's amazing because one would have to come up with an explanation. We don't have so many different sites and so many different events that are mentioned in such a unanimous way. And the answer would be, well, first, the superposition over here. We are located 4 kilometers, gives us around 2.5 miles from the Sea of Galilee. The main source of providing a family over here for, whether you are villagers, a farmer, the main source is either fishing or agriculture. If you take a look at the slopes around you, there is no agriculture that is conducted over here. So one should ask, not only why is it mentioned so unanimously, but at the same time ask yourself, why is it very located over here and why is it in this state of destruction?
And this wouldn't be an easy place for Jesus to even get to. It was work to get here.
Absolutely, absolutely. It leads us exactly to the purpose of Chorazin and Bethsaida and Capernaum in the life and the ministry of Jesus. When he speaks of who should I come and aid, I was sent over here to help whom? Not the Sadducees, not the Pharisees, not the ones that know everything by heart and at least presume to take monopoly over religious practicing and theology. I am coming over here in order to walk and to practice and to preach and to manifest amongst the meek, among the poor, amongst the humble one. Where would I find them? I would find them in these places. This is exactly the panoramic view of the place that not only did Jesus went and preached towards and approached in his preachings, but also the place that should have accepted
and they rejected him.
Absolutely. Now, when we talk about the panoramic view of the Jewish social, background, at the times of Jesus, there are 4 or 5 different sectors or groups. Almost one thing alone unites all of them. When it comes to Jerusalem, some say it's important, some not. Jesus and the preachings of Jesus don't have a room in these groups. Jesus is falling into, or the ministry, the new ministry of the New Testament is falling exactly on the ground that must be nourished right now at the end of the Roman period at that time, at the fall and the collapse of the Roman holding and the soon-to-be great Jewish revolt. This is exactly the atmosphere that brings to light the exact ministry. So now, Jesus comes over here and preaches, and it does exactly that, but he is rejected. And that's probably the reason why there is a curse on Chorazin and a curse on Bethsaida. Jesus almost all over his ministry. When Jesus would conduct a miracle, he wouldn't go around the street saying, hey, I need to cure you. He would have people approaching him, kind of like saying, if you want my help, first show me that you want to help yourself. He comes over here, he makes this effort. So he's even not saying, I want to see that you help yourself. I am coming over here to help you. But he's rejected. This is the ground upon which we can still see how the site still stands in kind of like a silent, I would say, darkness.
So this would have been a place that had political tension, religious tension, as well as economic challenges going on. Why would Jesus even want to come here? Because he really wanted to reach out to the difficult places?
Well, first, yes. First, yes, absolutely. He wants to come and to reach out to the difficult places. He finds it all over. He does, you don't need to look a lot for it. In Capernaum, he has it, and over here, he has it. But we have to remember that alongside with that, only the geography we approached up until now, but what about the political borders? You have one kingdom that starts over there, which is the kingdom of the son of Herod, Antipas. You have one kingdom that starts over there, which is the kingdom of Philippi. In between, now that it is divided after King Herod's time and not well accepted now, in between you had both frictions but also merchants. We should think about it as a border passing city and a region with all the poor and the peasants and the beggars and the sick and the one that don't have any people to take care of them, like the widows and the orphans.
Well, I'll tell you, this is amazing to be able to see things that really are over 2,000 years old. When was the earliest mention of Chorazin in history books or in the Bible even? Was it pre-Jesus or was it around that first century?
Actually, we hear about it. We hear about it during the first century AD. You do hear about it from the very famous and talented author Josephus Flavius.
Okay,
Josephus Flavius was a commander,
Right.
before being an historian, commander of the Northern Army against the Romans. And he was the one fortifying these places and putting the local commanders. But as for when you come today to visit Chorazin, you would see the aftermath. The aftermath as for this one sector that did survive and eventually after the Romans was willing to modify and live over here. But other than that, if looking for the old levels, over here it was not yet excavated.
Well, this is an
A lot of
amazing,
potential
amazing place. Thank you for telling us all about Chorazin.